This broadcast is presented in 4K HDR Ultra High Definition. Presented by Horns and Hooves Entertainment. You are watching Buffalo After Dark. Hi, welcome to Buffalo After Dark, everybody. It is Wednesday night, June 29th, and I'm back. Nice to be here. So, you guys, thanks for holding down the fort the last few weeks. How's everything been going with you all?
Thanks for coming back, you fucking asshole.
Hey, and even funnier, too, it's my birthday episode because that happens on Monday.
Happy birthday, you old
Happy birthday, man.
Yeah, thanks.
What do you want for your birthday, you fucking old bag?
Not to be reminded I'm turning 40.
It's okay. I'm turning 30 in September, so I'm not that far.
You're a youngin'.
You're right. You still got ways to go.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I know, it's kind of funny. I've been around the block a little more now that I think about it. But although it is kind of cool, a lot of people in my office say I don't even look 40. So I'm like, all right, well, at least that's good. It's like 40 is a new 30, I guess.
Hey,
right. You look like you're like,
hey, a birthday on Independence Day. Hey, nothing better than that.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, Independence Day. Of course, special thanks to all the veterans and everybody, as usual, fighting for our freedom. And absolutely. But no, it's nice to be back. So we're gonna get into it because we're gonna be just about our usual. Like we might go an hour or so. It might be a little shorter. I don't know. We'll just throw stuff in there. But if you guys want to get on, of course, we're actually live tonight, so you can call the show 929-205-6099. Lots of stuff. I know we have some hockey news today. We've got some more Deshaun Watson, Cleveland Browns screw ups like we usually do. But where do you want to get started, man? Your choice.
Well, why me?
Because you've been the host the last 4 weeks, you idiot.
Yeah, I know.
Your choice.
I know you.
I'm giving you the honors.
All right, fine. Let's go with the fucking Deshaun. Let's go with the whole Deshaun Watson thing. Yeah, let's start with that because there is a lot of information that came out about that entire segment. Holy shit. Where do we even begin with this story?
Other than he's had at least 24 lawsuits against him.
Make that 26.
So apparently, because most people probably know by now that Deshaun Watson was able to come to a verbal agreement with 20 out of 24 of his alleged accusers. So he was able to settle up, an agreement with them. But leading up to all that from Saturday, it's been said by the Wall Street Journal that the NFL will seek an indefinite suspension lasting at least up to one full calendar year for quarterback Deshaun Watson. That's what it's looking like as far as now. But there's more to the whole story because I don't even know where to begin. So not only is it the Cleveland Browns entirely in this, but the Houston Texans are being sued for all this. So if you haven't heard by now, attorney Tony Busby has announced that he has filed a lawsuit against the Houston Texans due to their connection with Deshaun Watson's behavior. In quote, today we filed the first case of what will likely be many against the Houston Texans related to Watson's behavior. Suffice to it say the overwhelming evidence collected indicating that the Houston Texans enabled Watson's behavior is incredibly damning. And this comes after the New York Times published a story revealing that Watson met with at least 66 women with a massage for over the last 17-month period. So this was during the pandemic or maybe a few months beforehand. And the article states that Watson received help from the Texans, including a non-disclosure agreement and making appointments. And the non-disclosure agreement that Watson gave to some of the plaintiffs to sign came from the Texas Director of Security, Brett Nakaria. I believe I said his name right. And that's coming from the New York Times. And the Texans also provided Watson a hotel room at the Houstonian Hotel where several of the massages took place. And the Texans have not responded to any of the allegations in the article, but they have previously stated that they were unaware of his actions until March of 2021 when the first lawsuit was filed against him.
Oh, boy.
In Cleveland, why did you go after him when you had Baker Mayfield, who actually took you to the playoffs for the first time in 5 seasons?
Better yet, won a playoff game for the first time since what? Bernie Kosar?
Yeah, seriously.
For real.
Did they even win a playoff game ever since they came back to Cleveland? Since the original Browns moved to Baltimore?
Well, no, they haven't. And when the Browns won that playoff against the Steelers, a couple of years ago during the pandemic, that was when Cleveland won their first playoff game. And everybody thought the Browns were going to be contenders and all this bullshit. But you know what? There's more to the story and I'm actually really happy, Tom, that you brought up Baker Mayfield because he's actually now being tangled in all this. And I actually have the other half right here. Mm-hmm. It says right here, Browns QB Baker Mayfield says he is, quote, moved on from the organization and is excited for a new opportunity. And Mayfield was asked if he would be open to staying in Cleveland with the whole Deshaun Watson situation facing a lengthy suspension. Mayfield said the Browns would have to initiate the conversation in order for reconciliation. Quote, I think for that to happen, there would have to be some reaching out from the total response. He said, but we're ready to move on, I think, on both sides. And Mayfield also said that he was frustrated that he wasn't traded before minicamp, but is holding no grudges towards the Browns fans. And he says, I'm thankful for my 4 years in Cleveland, a ton of ups and downs and learning experiences I'll forever keep with me. The people in Cleveland, it's a great sports town, and I'm thankful for it. And there's no resentment to the city of Cleveland by any means.
Man, that organization is screwed.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot more to this. You think that's more fuel to the fire? Oh, Tom, I have a whole fucking propane tank to fill up here. You ready?
Let's hear it.
Oh boy.
Deshaun Watson's disciplinary hearing with neutral officer Sue L. Robinson will resume tomorrow for a third consecutive day. And it's Wednesday, so this is the second day. So tomorrow is the third. The NFL is reportedly still pushing for an indefinite suspension for at least 1 year, but the NFLPA, being a bunch of incompetent bitches, are arguing to reduce the ban to 6 to 8 games, and the hearing is taking place in Delaware, and Watson is present for the proceedings.
Okay, first off, screw 6 to 8 games. Give him that year-long suspension.
And that's what I don't understand. What is the NFLPA aware of something? Do they really think that what Watson did wasn't as bad as people think it was? We're talking about a sexual predator here. This is an alleged sexual predator. That's what I should be saying. And the fact that the NFLPA is standing here today watching all of this, and they're basically saying, that wasn't as bad, touching their buttholes and stuff and giving them massages. Let's give them 8 games. I mean, when you do something like, oh, I'm getting a massage, can I show you my cock? That's not going to get you, a worthy pass. That's sexual harassment. That's almost considered pedophilia when you think about it. But at least it wasn't towards a minor. That I can give them credit for. But it's not an excuse for what he did, because of the fact that when you have 24 cases and you were able to settle a lawsuit for 20, there's a lot of incompetence going around on all 3 sides between the Houston Texans, Deshaun Watson, and the Cleveland Browns. It doesn't matter who starts it. They're all 3 of them are stupid to the bone.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right. And just think about it this way. I mean, R. Kelly did a lot of similar stuff, and he did it across state lines, and he ended up getting 30 years today. So,
right.
Well, the difference between R. Kelly and Deshaun Watson is Deshaun Watson is being accused for sexual assault. R. Kelly committed human trafficking. That's a big difference.
True.
Mm-hmm.
That is a big difference.
Yeah.
Throw
that in there just for reference.
But I get what you're saying, though. But it's just the fact that it's taking this long for the Browns to trade Baker Mayfield and for the NFL and the courtroom to come up with a decision to basically suspend him, because everybody's pretty much pointing at the direction of, oh, this guy should be suspended for a whole calendar year. You should not be getting 6 to 8 games. It's not like this is what I hate about the National Football League Player Association and the NFL in general is they're never consistent ever when it comes to, disciplinary. Think about this. You had Calvin Ridley, who got suspended in either March or April for gambling on NFL games, right? Mm-hmm. That's a whole calendar year. He's serving it. But Deshaun Watson attempted a criminal act, sexual assault,
right?
Which is very serious.
Yeah, and any common person can get years in prison for that.
Exactly. Yeah. And Deshaun Watson being rich as fuck because the Browns are stupid for giving him $230 million guaranteed money.
Yeah.
Doesn't help.
And pissing away all those draft picks.
Yeah. Right. They didn't just piss away just draft picks. They pissed away 3 first-round draft picks, and they have no quarterback. It's getting so ugly that Jacoby Brissett is likely going to be the starter, unless for some reason, and I heard this yesterday, that the Cleveland Browns have interest in Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh boy.
This is how desperate the Browns are.
And that's not even an upgrade.
No.
Oh, it's not.
No.
It's actually a downgrade.
Oh gosh.
That's a huge downgrade. So either way, no matter how you look at the quarterback situation, the Cleveland Browns are going to suck.
Yeah. Just like they have been doing since they came back.
Yeah.
They're doing Brownsy things.
Yeah. Best thing they could have done was not go after Watson, keep Mayfield, and build the team around him. And they were doing that. And then they decided to screw up a good thing.
Yeah. And you know what? If they just left, like if they didn't even pursue Deshaun Watson, the Browns would have been fine. I think that they would have had a decent team. But no, they ended up going behind his back, who's the winningest quarterback in the playoffs since Bernie Kosar. Like I said, it was almost 30 years ago. Yeah. And yet here we are standing here as three grown men are talking about a sexual assault allegation. And it's to the core of its being, to the fact that we actually have to sit here and actually discuss this because it's just so shitty with what the Cleveland Browns are doing.
Yeah, it's like literally we're having to break down the suck and everything.
Yeah, because it makes it worse that the Texans knew all this. They straight up originally said they didn't know anything about it. And now there was a report that said they knew about it. And they helped him with all this. So the Houston Texans are just as guilty as the Cleveland Browns.
Mm-hmm.
That says a lot.
It's an ugly situation over there.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, someone besides Deshaun Watson will not leave this entire situation unscathed. Someone else is going to suffer.
Yeah. And you know who it's going to be? It's going to be the fan base from both sides. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter if Houston got 3 first-round picks. It doesn't matter if Deshaun Watson's going to get suspended. The damage is done. They're both incompetent organizations. There's no way of twisting the story than it already is. It's a fucking shit show. You can't even go around to the point where it's like, oh, we only can blame one side of the story. Like no. Both sides are equally idiotic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ain't that the truth?
Yeah. I mean, the Cleveland fan base is screwed. The Browns screwed themselves. And Watson's like, whatever. I got my money.
And you know what's funny is that I saw a skit the other day. It was one of those TikTok shorts on YouTube by a guy named Benchwarmer Brand. And he made a video pretty much talking about the situation. And Baker Mayfield's like, well, I'm not going to play for you. And the Browns are like, please, we need you. We're desperate. I'm like, well, you should have thought about that before you even attempted to trade for Deshaun Watson. You never told me. And you say, I'm immature.
Oh, man.
And yet,
wow.
I cannot believe I have never in my life in modern sports, especially in football, I have never seen the amount of corruption and incompetence by a sports franchise in the last 20 years than the Cleveland Browns.
Jeez.
Seriously, I have to wonder what is worse in an organization. The Cleveland Browns, Miami Dolphins after what they did to Flores, or the Chicago Bears.
I say Cleveland's the worst.
Cleveland, because at least with Miami, I mean, I understand why I don't understand why the Dolphins fired Flores. He should have never been fired to begin with, but that's nothing compared to what's going on right now with Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, and nobody even knows if Watson's going to play this season yet.
But that's the thing. Everybody knows he's not going to play most likely. Most people think that it's going to be up to a year because, Tom, just by account, when you have this many suspensions, there has to be accountability.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
And that's what we as a society has lacked is accountability, whether it's in sports, business, politics, etc. Nobody holds up to accountability anymore. And the NFLPA is too much of a wuss to stand up for what they believe is right. And they are basically saying, okay, we're going to just decrease or reduce the ban. Like, no, suspend the fucker for a whole year. He deserves this.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty pathetic when you can get suspended more games for the substance abuse policy than Deshaun Watson.
Well, no. How about this for a change? How about you get less games for sexual assault? For, what he's been doing.
Right.
So compare that to Calvin Ridley or Josh Gordon for either smoking weed or betting on
steroids or betting on football.
That's nothing compared to that. Right. That's nothing.
Hell, if we want to even go that route, let's look at Major League Baseball. Pete Rose got banned for life for gambling.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And that's not even half as bad as what Deshaun Watson did.
For real. And the NFLPA wants to give him only 6 to 8 game suspension. No, screw that.
No, get the fuck out.
No. So yeah, suspend the mother flipper for a year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, man, this is the double standards that's going on. Not only in sports, but of course everywhere. These double standards need to freaking stop. All right. There is no freaking way that gambling is worse than whatever the freak Deshaun Watson did. No way.
Not even a chance.
Yeah.
Imagine this, guys. Imagine if, let's say, tomorrow, imagine if O.J. Simpson was playing in today's NFL because he murdered 2 people, he gets 3 games for killing somebody. Can you imagine that?
Dude, freaking Ray Lewis.
Yeah, Ray Lewis.
Holy crap.
I remember that whole saga that went on. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. And he still won freaking 2 Super Bowls.
Right.
Now granted he's a changed man. I respect him for going in the right direction.
Sure.
But come on, man. Again, the double standards, dude.
Right.
Come on.
Darius on the weapons charge. He ended up getting 4 games on a personal conduct policy and then 4 games for smoking weed.
Yeah, you know what too? Ray Rice. Ray Rice was another one.
Oh yeah, yep. I remember that one.
He beat his wife on an elevator 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Vick got 3 years in prison for illegal dogfighting.
Right.
So to say that you want to reduce the bad for a sexual criminal act, to me, is so embarrassing that it's almost to the point of a new law for not the NFL, but for the NFLPA. This is why you need a Department of Player Safety to determine what the league does, who does what. The NHL has a Department of Player Safety, but the discretion they give out is based off of rules, not based off of criminal acts. And that's just to be honest. That's just to be fair.
Yeah.
And Evander Kane, as a minor, was basically, was being, hazed by his ex-wife. And he was getting suspended for a handful of games. He got suspended when a few handful of games when he was with the Sabres for the whole freaking illegal gambling thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And actually, and we have some comments in the chat too, which is actually kind of cool because we have a live chat again for a first time in a while. But Joey Hatch actually said, referring to the Watson scandal, and when we mentioned Pete Rose real quick, he said there are 2 separate things, and one of them should be suspended longer than the other. And Pete Rose got kicked out of baseball forever for betting on games, which is a true story. Then he also said they suspended Buffalo Bills players 6 games for suspicious drug use. I guess at 6 games, that's a lot, but they haven't even given Watson his. This is a bunch of crap. It's political, and it's all about the money.
Yep.
Exactly.
That's a good point. And Joey, call in if you want.
And you know what? I will say this. The Browns are in complete fault. Honestly, they're in complete fault. When they first traded for him, they gave him $230 fucking million guaranteed money for the next 5 seasons in Cleveland.
My first question is, why the hell would they do that?
Because they are fucking stupid. That's what they are. They are fucking stupid.
Freaking stupid for screwing over Baker Mayfield. Come on, man.
Right.
Like, dude. Even
Mayfield
if
didn't deserve that.
No, he didn't. Like, dude, and look how bad it is coming back to haunt them. Holy crap, man!
Right. And now they might not even have a starter.
No, they're scrambling around looking for a quarterback as far as trying to get freaking Jimmy Garoppolo or Jacoby Brissett.
That's how desperate they are.
Yeah, and that's not going to get them anywhere.
Dude,
not with that team.
There is no possible way that any franchise can be this incompetent. But holy crap, the Browns proved me wrong. Congratulations, Browns.
Yeah.
You have completely proved all of us wrong.
They always seem to get worse and worse with how incompetent they are.
Holy shit!
There's no justifying any of this.
And I thought Washington was bad, but oh my god, the Browns are even worse.
What an embarrassment!
Jeez Louise, man.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And Joey actually has another comment too. He said Roger Goodell said that he fixed games so that he could build dynasties. Is that not as bad as betting on games? Because it's a bunch of crap. The best team doesn't win the Super Bowl no more. Your two plays and the refs and who blows you, you know what?
Yeah, of course.
Got a point.
Look at the Super Bowl this past year with the Rams.
Yeah, the whole call with the Rams in Cincinnati.
Yeah, and the Bengals were 2 minutes away, and they're like, "Oh shit, they're gonna lose. Let's go fix it up." So I get what he's trying to say, though. I really do.
It's just the fact that Los Angeles is a big market. That's the thing. These so-called dynasties have been happening. I don't like conspiracy theories, man. But holy crap, think about it. The majority of Super Bowl champions come from big market teams.
Right.
Let's just face it.
Yeah, in LA, they built that $5 billion stadium. The NFL failed there multiple times because the LA Rams failed. You had the LA Chargers that failed. So then, of course, they're like, oh, we need to bring these teams back. San Diego was a small market team. They're like, okay, well, let's not keep them in San Diego. Let's move them to LA. Then, of course, the new owner of the Rams wanted them in LA. And it's like, football doesn't work in LA. But yeah, now we build a stadium that's $5 billion, and then here you go. It's like, let's hand pick, your roster, and let's get you all set. And yeah, let's fix a Super Bowl.
Holy shit.
I
think football does work in the NFL, but it just has to come with the population. That's what I think. Like, I mean, I always figured that there was going to be an NFL team in Los Angeles, but to the extent of where we are today is just absolutely fucking ludicrous.
Yep.
Yeah, you're 100% right. Oh, sorry. I'm going to step out for a minute.
I was going to say, where the hell is Tom?
Yeah, no, I'm still here. I just have to step in the other room for a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay, fair enough. But anyway, so to the point being, guys, is what the Cleveland Browns did the last 3 months that they've had possession of Deshaun Watson has not only have been exposed for the amount of corruption and scandals, but it leaves a huge black eye on Deshaun Watson's reputation. He chose to sit out last year, didn't even play because of the whole dispute with the Texans with the money, and then now he has to possibly sit out another year for the whole sexual assault allegations. But here's my question to you guys, and I want you guys to leave a comment in the comment section down below. How many games do you guys think that Deshaun Watson should be getting? Should he get 6 to 8 games according to the NFLPA? Or a whole year like the NFL with Roger Goodell and all the other casual fans in here, like everyone else here? What should they do? Leave it in the comment section. Leave it in the comment section down below. I would love to hear your response on that. But no, John, this is legit like the most ridiculous thing I've seen in a while.
Yeah, it is. It's, like, again, there's no excuse for any of this. Like, why? Just the fact that the NFLPA wants to only suspend the guy 6 to 8 games is freaking. It says a lot about them. Let's just call it like it is. It says a lot about them than Deshaun Watson at this point, because why would you suspend a guy for just a limited time in a season? I think there's something big going on. I just gotta say that.
It really is. And now let me go back for a second. I actually found an article from sportsnot.com. This is from April 18th, 2022. And there's actually another investigation going on by the Cleveland Browns. I don't know if we covered it ever on the show, but there was an article from that said that Cleveland Browns owner Jimmy Haslam could be in the hot water with the NFL on multiple fronts since officially taking over in that role during the 2012 season. He's also been among the least popular owners in the sports world. And remember, we talked about this last week, how his brother is now the new minority owner of the Nashville Predators.
Right.
We talked about this. So, yeah. And it says here to continue, it says this could be taken to a whole new level following the allegations from former Browns head coach Hugh Jackson, who at the time claims that the Browns provided incentives to lose on purpose in the previous 2 years he was the head coach, from 2016 to 2017, where he went 1-31 as head coach. And Jackson claims that came after the Dolphins were named in a lawsuit by former head coach Brian Flores, claiming systematic racism in the NFL hiring process. In said class action suit, in which Flores alleged that Dolphins owner Stephen Ross tried to pay him on purpose to lose games during the 2019 season in the hopes of landing Joe Burrow.
Oh, geez. Yeah, look how that turned out.
See, this is what I'm talking about. The Cleveland Browns cannot get out of a scandal. They have too much going on. Jimmy Haslam was a head case. He does not know how to run a sports franchise. And the fact that it's the Cleveland Browns of all people, it just leaves a huge black eye and a huge bad impression on the NFL.
You know what? Just all this stuff going on, I'm concluding that it was a huge mistake to take the original Cleveland Browns and move them to Baltimore. A huge mistake.
It was a huge mistake.
Holy crap, man.
So did you lose the caboose, Tom?
All's good now.
Oh, I'm glad you feel better.
Yeah. Well, it's one of the things, man. It's like sometimes when it calls, it calls. Oh.
Yeah. So we were just sitting here while you were waiting for you to come back, that we were going over an old article that came out that said that Hugh Jackson, it's not the only scandal the Browns are under too, is they're also being under investigated by the NFL for allegedly saying by Hugh Jackson, who he claims during the 2016-17 campaign when he was that coach, that the Browns paid him incentives to lose games on purpose.
I still remember that too. It's like, why?
It doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
It's illegal to gamble on these things to begin with, you fucking idiots.
Exactly.
I don't get it, but this whole situation is just making me mad in general as a sports fan.
Right. Well, I got news for you. Lewfie is in the chat.
Is he really?
Yeah. So he was saying, well, the first thing he said, the whole year in F Watson, and then he said the Panthers dodged a bullet. Lewfie, jump on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they did.
Yeah. And it's funny. I was talking to Adam about this the other day, and I said, dude, you guys dodged a huge bullet. Right. And so I said to him, well, aren't you lucky? And he says, yes, I'm very thankful. So I'm really glad about that.
Yeah.
But wait, there's more. Supposedly, according to Michael Balko, who's a writer for ESPN, he claims that the Seattle, in quote, I'm hearing that the Seattle Seahawks and the Cleveland Browns are nearing a trade agreement that would send Baker Mayfield to the Seattle Seahawks.
Whoa.
Yeah, and this was on Monday.
And they need a QB.
Oh, desperately.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at it from within the inside out, outside of the quarterback position, the Seahawks roster is not that bad.
Right. They just need a good QB.
Yeah, well, they might potentially be getting one now.
Right. Yeah. He'll be in a better situation, honestly. Yeah, I hope he goes to Seattle.
But the question is, why are the Browns holding on to Baker? He clearly said he does not want to play for them anymore.
Right.
And he refuses. And they refuse to trade him.
Yeah, like, why are you holding a guy you screwed over?
Right.
Make that make sense for me. Someone, please.
Exactly. Yeah, Joey Hatch says, but if Josh Allen would have went to Cleveland, they would have ruined him too. Yeah, they would have.
Oh, yeah.
I guarantee they would have. He's 100% right.
Well, he's not wrong on that, that's for sure. But I'm just glad, though, that, the Panthers dodged a huge bullet. Because I do like the Panthers, and I help them out because of Adam. But outside of all that, though, it's just blasphemous to me that we're still sitting here talking about 4 or 5 things on top of all that with the Cleveland Browns. It's just a never-ending cycle with these people.
Right.
No, it's not. It's literally been going on since they came back in what, 2002 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
something
son,
like
over 50, pretty much 20 years now.
Right.
Oh, gosh.
Hey, guess who's back?
Oh, shit.
Hey, fuckers. How's it going?
I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it.
Man, it's like a homecoming for all of us. You're back and I'm back.
Right.
Oh, my God. It's so good to see you.
Gone for like the last 5 episodes.
I don't know about back, but I'm here for this one because I'm interested in that Deshaun Watson fiasco.
Right. No, I got you. Well, I was gonna say, man, nice to have you back. And I was gonna say when we launch next season, episode 100, you should come on.
Of which? Oh, who?
Episode 100 when we start season 3 in September.
Celebrating our 100th episode, starting season 3 in October or September, whatever we decide.
Yeah, I'll probably get in on that one for sure.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Yeah, but no.
Well, first I gotta ask this because we always ask this when you were on all the time. What kind of weed are you smoking tonight?
I'm back to the Northern Lights Kush.
Nice.
I think he was gonna say something like, Baker Mayfield's asshole or something like that.
You know what? I'd probably take it, at this point. I feel like Baker Mayfield would be an upgrade.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, and even more fun, man. We're gonna be seeing you at that wedding in a few weeks.
I'm not gonna make it, unfortunately.
Yeah, because of the whole Canada thing.
Ah, all right.
Oh yeah. Shoot.
Yeah.
No.
But hey, I got 23 days to call a married man, guys. 23 days.
Yeah, true.
You might as well get the noose out and throw it over the branch.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
Well, I already know one thing. So I know the Saturday I'm down there. Actually, one of my friends who's out on the island actually wanted to meet up. So I'm gonna meet her in Bayshore with me, Des, and I'll meet her and her son for the first time. But actually, I was gonna say, Sean, one of the things I want to do, I want to go into your neck of the woods, Brooklyn, and there's actually one place I want to go, and I figure this will be a good dinner spot. Definitely want to go to John's, the Italian place that's I think it's on 19th or something. But I know it was on The Sopranos. Actually, they got like old world Italian stuff. Love to hang out with you there, and and of course I know we're gonna be seeing you for the wedding and everything too, Bobby. So I know we're gonna be getting drunk on that night.
Fuck yeah, let's go. I'm gonna be busy that whole week.
Walking into the Bronx. I don't know if I recommend walking into the Bronx. But
I ain't walking into the Bronx. Tell you that.
Yeah, the Bronx. That's the last place you want to go.
Yeah, the Bronx and Harlem. No way.
Yeah,
oh no.
Those are the last 2 places you want to go.
So you take it from Sean. Sean's like, you know what? Don't walk in
there. Yeah. But no, I figured it's because that place. I think it's like more like Williamsburg, that area, which actually, as far as I know, isn't as bad. But I mean, I know there's some rough spots everywhere in New York City.
Yeah, for certain. I mean, there's a lot of things you could do on Long Island, but New York City's not that bad at this point. Well, actually, you know what? That's not true. What am I talking about? No, it's a fucking shit show.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, what am I talking about?
Wait, let me do Canadian white. What are you talking about?
That's a good point. But yeah, so like I said, I got a lot on my hands. 23 days from now, I'm going to be a married man and husband and wife. And then after that, that's where the fun begins. My whole life is ahead of me at this point with my friends and my family, going on trips and, starting a family and all that stuff. There's a lot of possibilities at this point. And I think that's something that Brett and I have both embraced at this point. Think about
it. The post ceremony getting laid is the best thing.
Yeah. What did you say about the post, Tom?
I was gonna say, getting laid right after the ceremony, like once everyone's completely hammered, is a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, why would I not?
I know you're gonna be enjoying that.
Why would I not?
You're doing it wrong. You bang a bridesmaid in the closet.
Yeah, damn right. You're goddamn right. I will say that.
Yeah. But no, it'll be fun to hang out with you guys. I mean, it'll be nice too, because I know Sean will be the first time I'm meeting you in person, and it actually will be funny too, because we'll be probably when we come back from Kansas City, which we'll talk about like towards the end of the show, we'll be flying through Chicago together. So
yeah,
so that'll be hilarious. We're going through the better of the two airports. It's not known as O'Hare.
You too. Right. Okay, that's for sure. I mean, we'll get into all that a little bit later on. So
yeah,
it's gonna be fun. But so regarding the whole Cleveland Brown situation with Baker Mayfield and the rumor of him possibly going to Seattle, what do you think would be like in this scenario? What would the return be
for Baker? They're going to give up their 13th round pick, aren't they?
Well, they already gave up 3 first rounders for Watson, so Cleveland cannot give up a first round pick.
Seattle's going to wouldn't Seattle give up their 13th or whatever the fuck they have?
Maybe a third, but Baker is definitely not worth a first round pick. They're not that desperate. I mean, next year's draft class is supposed to be stacked with quarterbacks. So I don't know if the Seahawks want to give up a whole ton for Baker, but It's just at this point, he's just desperate to get the fuck out of here. And I don't blame him, to be honest. After what happened with the whole thing back in March or April with Deshaun Watson, there is no chance in hell Baker is staying. But why they're keeping him is a fucking mystery.
I don't think they're keeping him. He's just trying to find a way out.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I mean, is he the best quarterback in the league? No, far from it. But he's definitely serviceable as a starter, at least for what his time being is. If you put him in a good system, Baker Mayfield, I guarantee you, will thrive on a team like Seattle.
Yeah, we said this about Sam Darnold too, didn't we? Well, that worked out.
Oh yeah, that episode. I remember that. But I said Darnold was gonna thrive because I thought it was just a jet.
You're the only dumbass in the fucking group that was like, you know what? Oh fuck yeah, you know he's playing on a shitty New York Jets team, and he's gonna go to the Panthers with a fucking, you know, pretty good team. No, didn't pan out, did it?
But just the fact that I really thought that Darnold was going to thrive on the Panthers with the system they have with like Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore, Christian McCaffrey, I thought the possibilities were there. But I didn't realize at the time that the Panthers offensive line was so horrible. I didn't realize that. And then they bolstered it, so they hope that Darnold doesn't die.
No, you know what? I would take let me see. I would take Tyrod Taylor over Darnold right now.
Oh God! Oh, and Bobby, our friend Joey Hatch has a couple of things he wanted to give you in terms of advice. First he said he was supposed to be on 6 months ago, but his page 12th Man Mafia got hacked. So sorry to hear that. But call in. You know, we've got the number 92920560099. Go ahead and give us a shout.
I just did it. Joey's so fucking easy. Smart enough.
And then the other thing you wanted to tell you too, whoever told you that is a lie. He said, my friend, as soon as you get that paper, you're locked for life and she owns your ass.
Well, she doesn't necessarily own me. We don't own anything. But I can tell you for a fact that I do have my marriage license, and I got that on Friday. So by that document alone, I'm technically married. So, I mean, the official day I get married will be 3 weeks from now.
You're doing it wrong. You don't understand. You are owned now. You are property. You are Brittany's property.
Well,
at least you don't have to worry about alimony right now.
At least I don't have to worry about divorce. So.
Right. And Jared Reed says hi too. He's been a longtime follower. So he said he's stuck right now. Otherwise he would call in. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently too, like I'm really curious though, like I really don't know where this whole thing is going to drag out, but I will I swear to God, everybody in this call is a witness. I will laugh my ass off if the Browns somehow trade for Jimmy Garoppolo. I am going to legit laugh.
You know what? At this point, I'd take either or. I'd take Jimmy G or I'd take fucking Baker Mayfield. I'd take either or.
Over Sam Darnold.
I would take a house cat over him.
Well, to be fair, Adam, they did draft Matt Corral, but he's a rookie, so there's a chance that he might get the job later.
You know what? I have zero faith in that guy as much as I have in Darnold, and plus, again, I'm not gonna say house cat. I would trust a fucking. I would trust a housefly that could fly into a pile of shit and fly back out willingly. Before I trust Darnold.
Oh Lord!
I miss these conversations.
I know. Good stuff. Yeah, but I was gonna say, besides the whole Watson saga, I mean, we do have some other news that came out this week too. And actually, one of the things I wanted to get into, well, the other thing the Browns are trying to throw as a distraction is like, oh, we want a new stadium now.
Seriously?
Oh gosh.
Yeah. They're like, oh, our lease is gonna run out. It's like, we want a new stadium. I'm like, you've got a new stadium on the waterfront in a perfect spot.
Wait, are you seriously telling me that they want a brand new stadium and it's not even 25 years old yet?
Yeah. Cleveland wants a new stadium now.
Dude.
It kind of reminds me of what the Braves did in Atlanta. I mean, they had Turner Field and then they ended up building Truist Park a couple years ago.
What a scam.
And Turner Field was less than 25 years old.
Wait. Who wants a new stadium?
The Browns.
You can't even fucking make a jersey right. You're so fucking boring. You're so fucking blah. Like nobody cares about you.
Yeah. So actually, here I'll share the screen because I have the link right on here, and yeah, you guys would be absolutely blown away by it.
I'm already blown away by the name.
I have a question. Okay, I have a question. Okay, this is a legit question. How the fuck do the Browns keep their name, but the Kansas City Chiefs can't keep theirs?
Wait, the question with their name or with the stadium?
So, like, all right, Sean, no offense to you, nothing like that. I'm just saying, in 2022, when someone comes up as a team name and says the Browns, that's less offensive than like the Kansas City Chiefs.
I mean,
it happened with.
I don't find any of it offensive. Yeah. I never did. I never even looked at it that way.
That's just like the Washington Redskins. Like, what's the big deal? It's named after a certain tribe of Indians. Like, who cares? Like, what's so offensive about it?
Nothing. They just listen to the vocal minority. That's the problem.
It's 2022. That's what I mean. So how do the Browns have their team right now? How is that possible?
Well, because the Browns' name is named after Paul Brown, the ex-owner of the Cleveland Browns.
Okay, yeah, good scapegoat. Good scapegoat.
It is a scapegoat because that's how the original name came out to be.
Yeah, but anyways, in this article though, so the Cleveland Browns, they want to spend $1 billion on a new stadium. And they're basically saying that Jimmy and Dee Haslam told them that they want a dome stadium that would cost over $1 billion and are even open to moving the city-owned stadium to a new location near downtown to get it. And the Browns are not denying it. So then
freak, man.
I love it. I love it just for the fact that you brought in a quarterback that can't play and he probably never going to play again. You know what? I think a year is a slap on the wrist. I think he should be indefinitely suspended.
Yeah,
he probably is. But the argument here, Adam, is the NFL wants to give him a full calendar year, and the NFLPA wants to reduce the ban to 6 to 8 games.
Like 6 to 8 games.
6 to 8 games is not going to be enough. When you have 24 counts of sexual assault, it should be a whole year at that point. But the NFLPA is too stubborn to do it because if they're willing to risk an entire year on gambling for Calvin Ridley, why should they be reducing it for someone like Watson?
My opinion on the matter is that the fact, even if you didn't do this, okay, even if Deshaun Watson didn't do this, which I really think he has, because no one gets accused of 24 counts of sexual assault, and not once didn't do it, because somewhere in there it happened, and then everyone else came around. They're like, "Oh fuck, I should probably go forward." But at the same time, nobody in their fucking right mind gets accused of 24 counts of sexual assault and didn't do it. At some point, they fucking did it.
Of course.
So.
Yeah.
They don't throw the fucking book at this guy. They're a fucking joke. The league's a fucking joke.
Yeah.
Well, they have a hard time with disciplinary anyway.
Yeah,
so
they're already showing it.
It's unfucking real. I think we need to bring in George Peros to fucking be the fucking disciplinary.
Yeah. Oh god.
Yeah, George Peros. Yeah, that'll get people going.
Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah, bring the Harvard grad in. That will solve everything.
Right.
At least he fucking does what he's supposed to do. He doesn't hold back and be like, "Oh, well, you just got paid a big contract, can't make the Browns look bad." No, you fucked up. You're dumb. You fucking traded away your whole future for a fucking quarterback that's probably never gonna play again.
Right.
Most likely. I mean, it's even shittier enough that Deshaun Watson a few weeks ago paid $100,000 for 20 of these women because he was able to, quote, come to an agreement with them. So basically, if you're paying women $100,000, meanwhile being paid $230 million guaranteed money for the next 5 seasons, that's almost as a big red flag to me that if you're giving out $100,000 to 20 women, that's a big guilty mark right there for me.
Right. Yeah.
Money. You know what? If I had that kind of money, you know what? I would probably get 20 women with $100,000 too. I'm not gonna lie, but it would be illegal, and I wouldn't like sexually assault them. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, and the worst part is, Adam, is that the Texans originally said when the allegations first came out that they had no idea about any of this. And then just today it was tested because they were on trial for the next 3 days or so or whatever. And it was revealed by the New York Times that the Texans knew about it and they helped him pay for his rooms for these hotels to get these massages. And the worst part is he met with 66 women within the last 17 months. And this was before the 2020 pandemic.
So here we are. We have 26 people that actually filed lawsuits, but then that still leaves you another 40-something people that still could.
It's just a big clusterfuck.
It's a massive liability, dude, and it makes the league look so bad.
Yeah.
Just do what they did to Pete Rose in baseball. Ban his ass.
Yeah, they banned him for life for basically gambling. Like, that's what I don't understand is the NFL is very inconsistent when it comes to disciplinary. Like, they gave Kareem Hunt like 3 games for beating his wife or something like that, and then Calvin Ridley a year for gambling, Josh Gordon a year for smoking weed,
and then Tom Brady with Deflategate.
Yeah, with Tom Brady with the Deflategate.
It's so bad. It's so bad that you can ban a guy for a fucking year for weed, but you're looking into, sexual assault. You're not taking it serious at all. Like they're not taking it serious.
I mean, remember when Roethlisberger got like 3 or 4 games for conduct on becoming a player?
Yeah, I remember that. Like, and
you ever talk Darcy Tucker got suspended for going to a strip club, and he slapped a stripper on the ass. And I think the league suspended him for 4 games because he was like misconduct or whatever.
Who, Darcy Tucker?
Yeah.
Wow. I haven't heard that name in like 20 years.
Yeah, but apparently he went to a strip club and he slapped the stripper on the ass, and then it got back to the league, and the league was like, you can't fucking do that shit, and you're making us look bad, and they suspended him for like 4 games, which is good because that puts players on notice that you can't do that shit. You can't, just because you have lots of money, you can't fucking do that shit.
Right. Yeah. And for the whole Deshaun Watson thing, this shouldn't be any exception at all. And the fact that it's actually been dragging on for longer than it should be is a huge red flag to me. Because if it took the NFL this long to investigate a sexual assault conduct with 24 cases, and you're somehow able to pay $100,000 to 20 of these women, how are you able to accommodate that? Like, I don't understand. How was he able to do it so quickly? The leading up to his trial, by the way, it's like you can't contradict all this. This is very serious. And the fact that the league wants to give him the full year, but the NFL Player Association wants to reduce the number just to clear that up. And it's
ratings, dude, it's for fucking ratings. They know if Deshaun Watson plays, the Browns will go to the fucking ceiling. That's what they want. And the sad part is just the fact that he has all these allegations against him. He should have been banned. He should have been fucking just kicked out of the fucking league.
I agree.
Just because of that.
Yeah,
but it's all about fucking ratings and all about fucking money. So they're gonna try to keep him in the fucking league because it'll set the Browns on fire.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. I'm 100%. I mean, he sat out all last season because that was by choice, but now he has no choice but to actually sit out again. So he almost 2 years of football, and yet the Browns gave up 3 first-round picks for this prick.
Yeah.
And another sad part is that the fact that Browns fans are sitting back and they're like, "Oh my God, it's the second coming of Christ," but he can't play because he has all this shit going on. But they don't care. They don't give a fuck about that. All they care about is like, "Oh my God, we have Deshaun Watson that could play, so I'm gonna be behind Deshaun Watson because I want him to play and I want the Browns to win." And it's the sad reality of it, man. It really is. It's the sad reality.
Yeah, it's like they got the blinders on. It's like they know what it is.
Money and fans mean more than actually people being hurt.
Absolutely, I agree with that. I'm 100% on that, and I think it does come to a point where it hurts most people. I mean, it's going to hurt the Browns regardless of the suspension, because no matter whether he gets suspended or not, because there's no chance in hell that he is not going to get a suspension. He's getting suspended regardless, but it's the matter of how many is he going to get? Is he going to get 6 to 8 games, what the NFLPA wants, or is he going to get a full season from September to January and then come back in 2023?
He should be banned. He should be banned indefinitely. Until the investigations are done, he should be banned indefinitely.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I'm like, and I said this earlier, is the Texans are no better than the Browns because they knew about this.
Right. Or what they could do is pull a Kaepernick where they blackballed him from the league, and even though he's not technically banned, I mean, no team wants him.
No,
exactly.
Not even
who's going to want that liability? The fact that the Browns took him and took him and gave up what they gave up for an absolute fucking waste of time. It goes to show how badly managed that team is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely.
Yeah, Joey Hatch actually brings up a good question in chat. So, and this is a little bit different, but still related. He said on the NFL quarterback ranking, he is ahead, and he's referring to Josh Watson or Deshaun Watson. He is ahead of Josh Allen as a better quarterback. How is he a better quarterback? He hasn't played in 2 years.
They're going by old stats. They're not going by recent stats, obviously.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. But if you want to see something really insulting, watch this. So I'm going to go on fantasy football on Yahoo Fantasy, right? So the top players available by position, and this is legit the top 10. I'm not even kidding about, or actually, excuse me, the top 15. So in that top 15, Deshaun Watson is ranked as the 12th best player available. I'm sorry, he's the 11th best quarterback available, just cracking outside of the top 10. So he's a higher ranked quarterback than Matthew Stafford and Jonathan Taylor and Kirk Cousins and Tua combined.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's all it's a joke. That's what it is. It's rating. Right. It's money. That's all it is.
Yep.
I know, but I'm just saying the way they put that together, it's just asinine. I think if anything, he shouldn't even be anywhere near there, but it is what it is though. But Watson's not going to play because everybody in the mother knows that he's going to get suspended. So regardless how you look at it, he's done for the year.
It's like the fucking picture, the meme, like the picture I sent you today with the special teams, and the Dolphins were better than the Bills, and I'm like, I got to show Bobby this because this is fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the secondary thing.
The secondary. And I was like, how the fuck are they better than the Bills? And then you had the fucking who else did it? The Bengals were at third.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well that kind of makes sense, but they shouldn't be that high.
Yeah.
And then I seen the Dolphins at 5, and I'm like, no. How the
so what Adam sent me was from Pro Football Focus from Mike Renner. He said the Ravens at 1, the Buccaneers at 2, the Browns at 3, the Packers at 4, the Dolphins at 5, the Bills at 6, the Saints at 7, and the Chargers at 8. Mm-hmm. That's literally the list order. So number 6 is the Bills, number 5 is the Dolphins on that list. Mm-hmm. And I just sat there, and I remember Adam showing me this earlier today, and I'm just like, you have got to be kidding me. Like, what are you basing it off of? Xavier Howard, because he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league? There's no way in hell that one guy made up that entire list. No way.
Yeah. Or even another point Joey Hatch brings up is just like coaching 1 through 10. Sean McDermott's not even on the list, and there's people that are on the list that don't even make the playoffs.
Honestly, I think it's really very biased.
Yeah.
Like there's actually journalistic bias when it comes to the NFL, and Pro Football Focus is very biased against the Bills.
Yep. Definitely is.
That's just crazy, honestly.
Bobby, you should show them like some of the things I've sent you the last few days. Not only that, but like the other ones, like the wide receivers and who's projected to get the most receptions, and it's just weird, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This is literally the list.
I still can't believe Devontae Adams got 142 million.
But what I don't understand is why does Terry McLaurin make more money than DJ Moore? And why is Cooper Kupp making less than Stephon Diggs? Cooper Kupp should be making more.
That's what I mean. Right. Cooper Kupp should be making more than fucking whatever the fuck is name, the Washington no names. He should be making more than him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. But McLaurin is the only good thing about Washington to begin with. So it's
100% agree.
Absolutely.
Well, what we'll do, I mean, we only have like 10 minutes left. We had a fun conversation with Deshaun Watson here, but if anyone wants to get in last minute, 1992056099, we had some trades in the NHL today.
Yeah, we did. And that one is, we all heard about Kevin Fiala, and his name was going to get thrown around. And it finally came to fruition because the rumor was the Wild were not going to be able to pay him because of that ridiculous contract they gave to Parisian Suter 10 years ago. So now they have to feed off the consequences, and they couldn't afford Fiala. So what they did was, okay, we're going to trade him to the LA Kings. And that was the Suter, because it was originally the Devils and the Senators to be in the ranking for him. And the Kings came out of nowhere and basically said, all right, we'll give you our 7th best prospect and Brock Faber, and we'll give you the 19th overall pick for him. So Minnesota is now going into the draft next week with 2 first-round picks, 2 late first-round picks, and LA is walking away with Fiala. And the biggest icing on the cake about all this is how much Fiala got in return for him. 7 years, $55.13 million.
Yeah, it's Jeff Skinner money.
That is stupid money.
That is giving away way too much. And plus, I feel like the guy, Faber, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Kevin Fiala from Minnesota.
The guy he picked up for him. Faber.
Brock Faber. He was there, according to Andy, because I was talking about this. He said to me that he was LA's 7th best prospect on their prospect pool. And I'm just like, well, they could have gave him something up a lot bigger than that, but I guess they liked Faber, so they said, fuck it, we're gonna just do it.
He was the captain of whatever team he played for.
He wasn't the what? Yeah, I think he was for like college or something like that.
Yeah, he was the captain, but apparently he's a good prospect. He's not a bad prospect.
We'll see how he develops in the NHL. It's the only best way I could put it.
Yep. And I'd say welcome to Chad Spicer. He's in the chat and he's like, wait, I'm one of only 2 people watching. No, there's more than 2.
No, don't worry. We have a whole cast going on right now.
Yeah, yeah, and plus the other thing too, it does stream on YouTube also, so there are more people that watch on there. And then Joey says it's good to see the Sabres moving in the right direction. Feels like we've been rebuilding for 25 years, but we desperately need a number 1 goaltender. Well, he's right. We need a number 1 goalie. I mean, it hasn't been 25 years, but it seems like it.
Well, I have one comment. Jack Campbell.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah, by the way, we need a number 1 goalie too.
Why not? I mean, he's
not gonna get Jack Campbell. He's going to the fucking New Jersey Devils, dude. If he goes anywhere, he's going there.
Well, if he goes to Jersey, good luck.
Yep. Chad actually asks, is Ben Bishop not a top goalie? I thought he was good. Well, he was good.
He's old as fuck. What do you mean? He's old as fuck. Nobody cares about Ben Bishop anymore.
Ben Bishop's not even going to play.
No, he's done, dude.
It's just a salary cap.
Who is this guy that's comment? You know hockey at all?
For what?
The guy that's comment asked about Ben Bishop. Jesus Christ, he was good 10 years ago.
Yeah, if Ben Bishop was in his prime 10 years ago, I would have no doubt said, yeah, that's a great signing. But it's irrelevant. It's whatever. He retired. So, and it's getting so bad that he wants nothing to do with the Sabres because they have to pay him his contract. And it's getting to the point now where that he might actually take on an executive role with the Dallas Stars. That's how bad this is.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll give you a Peter Mrazek and his contract.
Fuck you. I don't want Peter Mrazek. Fuck you.
I feel sorry for the Dallas Stars with hiring Peter DeBoer.
Oh, dear Christ.
Oh, my God.
You know what? It could be worse. Could get John Tortorella.
Well, I actually think
I love that in Philly. I'm going to love watching that.
Yeah, and it's funny because Sean and I were talking about this 2 weeks ago, and we both said that Torch would be a great fit for the Flyers. And sure enough, he goes there, and he's going to make a household name for himself.
Yeah, that's going to be great.
He's going to be fired in a month.
We'll find out.
People embrace him. Watch, he'll be there for a couple years.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Although I will say though, the Bruins firing Bruce Cassidy and Vegas picking him up, great move by Vegas.
Oh yeah, that was
definitely a good signing.
Yeah, I would agree with that actually. I don't know what I was saying because Britt just walked into the door. But no, Cassidy's a good coach. But let's see how he develops in the Vegas system. I will laugh my ass off if the Bruins actually, because there's actually reports of this coming out, that David Quinn is going to be their new head coach.
Well, yeah, I heard that too. And you know, it's not the worst thing for them.
No,
right.
It is far from the worst. It is far from the worst. But you know what? It couldn't be as bad as, you know, the Avalanche denting the Stanley Cup.
Yeah. Well, congrats to the Avalanche. At least you stopped Tampa from getting another cup.
You know, there's once in a lifetime moments, and one of those was that when he skated in and fell with the fucking cup, and everyone's like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
There it is, guys. Woof, right in.
Yeah.
Everyone's starting to laugh. They're like, "Oh no,
idiot! Fucking idiot! Skate with it."
Well, look at the reaction though in this picture. Like everyone's just like, "No!" Hold on. Look at this guy.
That's the trainer, equipment trainer. He's just like, you fucking idiot.
Oh man, that was a great note. But I will say congratulations though to the Colorado Avalanche of winning your first cup in 21 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
And at least they stopped Tampa from a 4-peat. So.
Oh my, no, three.
Three. But you know what? $2 weren't even like real Stanley Cups. So go fuck yourselves, Tampa.
Oh my God! This argument. I mean, that's more relevant than what the Toronto Maple Leafs have done since 1967.
I'm just saying. I'm just going by the fact that when they won the first 2 cups, that was like all COVID season. Nobody gave a fuck in half the season, so half the games. So fuck Tampa and their 3-peat bullshit. It's over now, so go fuck yourself.
Well, they can always come back.
Yeah.
No. Well, yeah, they probably will next year, but they won't get past the Leafs in the first round next year.
We'll find out. And the last thing I want to wrap up before we conclude tonight's show is that did anybody see that documentary Unrivaled with the Red Wings and the Avalanche documentary? Did anybody see that?
No, I didn't have a chance.
No, I haven't got a chance to.
That'll be sweet though. That's like the Nick Lidstrom, Steve Eisman days, Joe Sakic days.
Yeah, they did a whole on E60 episode of that rivalry from the 90s. And if you guys want to catch it again, it's on tomorrow night on ESPN at 9 p.m. So if you want to see it, it's on 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on June 30th on ESPN. If you want to see the documentary, if you haven't caught it, it'll be on ESPN Plus.
Cool. And actually, Joey throws in a comment when we were talking about denting the Stanley Cup. He says like Tom Brady throwing the Vince Lombardi trophy from his boat to the other guy's boat that he played with. If he would have dropped it, it would have been at the bottom of the ocean.
Look, it's not as bad as what Gronk did when he swung the Lombardi trophy like a baseball bat and legit dented it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh boy, I don't even remember that one.
Oh, and happy retirement, Gronk.
Again.
Yeah, for the second time.
I'm not going to hold off on that.
I'm not going to hold my breath, dude. I swear to God, he's going to come back again.
Yeah.
He'll just smoke some more weed and he'll be all right.
Just watch. He's going to cry. He's going to mope and dope. He's going to say, I'm retiring. And
then you know what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen? He's going to be like sitting in his fucking beachfront house, and then Brady's going to come and be like, hey, we're not doing so well. Do you mind coming back for the rest of the season? He'd be like, okay, Brady, I got you, bud. I'll be right there.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Or in this case, he could be like, nah, man, I'm not going back to Tampa. I'm going to go to Cincinnati, because he did mention that if it wasn't for Brady, he'd be with the Bengals right now playing with Joe Burrow. So I'm just like, okay, well, if that's your option, go right the fuck ahead, because
oh my God, that would be fucking crazy.
Yeah, it was interesting. Gronk was actually up in my neck of the woods a few days ago. Actually, he was in some local store up here, and a friend of mine actually was able to grab a picture of him with a couple of other people.
Oh, really? Was he with his entourage?
No, he actually posed with some of the store employees, which is a little different.
Oh wow!
If I ever meet Gronk, which I never will, I'm gonna. If I do meet him, I'm just gonna go up and be like, "Remember that one time you were like on Family Guy? You were a big dummy."
That's a good episode.
Oh man, that was great. Or remember a few years ago, I think it was on New Year's Eve, where there was a Lego figurine of Steve Harvey and he spikes it in front of him, and Steve Harvey's like, dude, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Into a billion pieces all over the stage.
Apparently, according to Family Guy, his only weakness is bees. So.
Right.
Yeah, basically. I mean, he's always had bad knees throughout his career, but
no, bees. He doesn't like bees.
Oh, bees. I think they said weed. I'm like, why would he be doing that?
Yeah, of course, everyone likes weed.
Some of us, but yeah. But yeah, so I'm not holding my breath on Gronk. I'm just gonna say that right now. And if he does, yippee-ki-yay, and he'll just be another Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I'd say before we wrap up, does anyone have any other things they want to get in?
Just one last thing. Like I said earlier, just be sure to check Unrivaled Red Wings versus Avalanche on ESPN tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard.
Fuck, I just noticed you're wearing an Avalanche jersey, you fucking poser.
Hey, I'm doing it because they won the cup. I'm not an Avalanche fan.
You a fucking poser. Take that shit up.
Oh,
Look,
man.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, I'm wearing a freaking national Country Hall of Fame shirt under all this. If it makes you feel
No,
better,
it doesn't make me feel better. It makes me feel like you're a bandwagoning fuck.
but I'm not. I'm not. I have like 13 jerseys, Adam. Just so you understand.
No, I understand that, but no, take that shit off.
Well, I mean, if it helps you, I had 13. Actually, I had 14. I had 13 in my truck, and I had a Toronto Maple Leafs jersey, but I had no toilet paper, so I had to wipe my ass with it.
Oh, man.
Gosh. Anyway, I do have something to say before we
Yeah, go for it, man.
Before we go. Just a quick statement from the Bills organization in regards to Kim Pegula. She is progressing well and resting and rehabilitating from a health issue. So, hoping for a speedy recovery for Kim Pegula. We still got the Pegula family in our thoughts and prayers. So,
Yep, I agree.
Good to hear she's turning the corner and doing better. So definitely glad to hear that. And then really other than that, just things are going well. So fun thing is we've got 3 more episodes, and then we have our top 5 of the season, and then we go on summer vacation for a little while. So we'll do that. Although it is possible, actually, we might do an episode when we're down at your wedding.
Yeah, and we'll definitely do one.
Depending on time. Yeah.
And we're definitely going to do one when we go to Kansas City in October.
Oh, yeah. Definitely doing that. Well, all I know is one thing. We're going to have that badass Ram Rebel.
Yeah, sorry.
Love driving that thing with that 6.2 liter Hemi in there.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, or the 6.4.
You hold back on that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, actually, Lewfie, it was pretty hilarious. We actually got a really good deal on the Ram Rebel. I was actually surprised. It was cheaper than most other things that we saw, including a full-size Tahoe.
That's what I have right now is a Ram Rebel with light blue, black pinstripes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I'm
I think that's
looking forward
about
to driving
it.
that
I think that's about it for this week. I mean,
Yeah.
I got no comments.
Yeah, for sure. Well, of
Other
course,
than super busy, take it off.
so, of course, thanks guys for holding down the fort for like the last 5 episodes. I was not here, so thanks for that. It's nice to be back. Be here for the last few, and then other than that, everyone in the chat, thanks for joining in. Appreciate it. Until next time, everybody, take care of yourselves and each other. We'll see you next week.
You will.
Later.
Buffalo After Dark is an H&H Studio production and is produced in partnership with Horns & Hooves Entertainment.